Gold Rush at Künker's. The money of the Californian gold fields. On January 29, 2015, on the occasion of the World Money Fair, we, the auction house Künker, are going to auction off a special collection featuring the first American gold dollars in our auction sale number 258. They haven't been minted by the American government, but by entrepreneurs to be used by gold miners. It was a humble worker who found the very first gold nugget of California at the estate of Johann August Sutter from Switzerland on January 24, 1848. Although Sutter tried to conceal the discovery, it didn't work. The news spread like wildfire. The U.S. government boosted the buzz. It had just signed the Treaty of Guadalupe Hidalgo, which put an end to the war with Mexico and brought the United States California. The war had cost a pretty penny. Many had doubted whether California was worth the price. The discovery of gold justified the investment of the government. Several hundreds of thousands of people flocked to California. They came from the United States, from Mexico, China, and Europe. Hardly any gold digger became rich. Entrepreneurs made the biggest profit. One of them was Leib Strauss, better known by his American name, Levi. By the time of his death, the man who produced the trousers of the gold seekers possessed a fortune of about $6 million. Entrepreneurs depend on a functioning monetary system. In the beginning, that didn't exist in California. Gold was abundant. What was lacking, though, was cash. The problem wasn't new. The gold miners in North Carolina and Georgia had lacked cash, too. There, Christopher Beckler from Pforzheim had established a thriving business by buying the precious metal from them in order to make coins out of it. Together with his sons, Beckler minted more than 1 million coins. In California, the first private minting company operated under the name Norris, Gregg, and Norris, as we know from a note in a newspaper. With this information, the initials on the reverse of the coins could be identified. Whenever you look at a coin that was minted during one of the American gold rushes, you'll notice the same. All pieces make it abundantly clear both who had produced them and what value they possessed in order to gain the user's trust. On this coin you can read, "Full weight of half eagle," in other words, $5. The obverse states that it is gold from California that was used for minting without alloy. Much more successful than Norris, Gregg, and Norris was Moffitt & Company in Mount Ophir, a company that had been established by the New York metallurgist John Little Moffitt. They produced their private coins based on the model of the official coinage. The obverse depicts the eagle, after which these coins were called eagle or half-eagle, respectively. In the exurg, we find the denomination, $5 in this case. The legend differs from the original. Instead of United States of America, we read SMV California Gold. SMV means Standard Mint Value. Both reverses are graced by Lady Liberty. Take a good look, though. On the diadem of the product made by Moffitt & Company, we do not find the inscription Liberty, but the company's name. The name of the company is also given on the rare $20 piece from 1853. Other companies likewise tried to profit by minting coins. Here you see a coin produced by the Miners Bank. Yet Moffitt & Company remained the most successful mint, so that Augustus Humbert, whom the Congress had sent to California in 1850 to establish a federal office for assaying gold, decided to cooperate with Moffitt. Strictly speaking, this object is no coin, but an ingot worth $50, which the government officially recognized. Pieces like this were called slug or 5 eagles in California and were widely accepted because they could be used to pay taxes and customs. On the obverse, we see the eagle. The legend is the same as on the official gold coins, United States of America. Directly below, the gold content is stated, 887 of 1,000. The inscription on the edge is hard to read because of the wear. It says, Augustus Humbert, United States Assayer of Gold, California. If the reverse reminds you of contemporary watch cases, you needn't be surprised. Prior to his appointment as public gold buyer, Augustus Humbert used to make watch cases. In 1853, the assay office was closed down again. The Congress planned to establish a mint in San Francisco. As always with government projects, its inauguration was delayed. So, a former employee at Moffett & Company picked up the slack and continued minting. His coins look very similar to the ones of Moffett, apart from the inscription on the diadem. Responsible were now Kellogg & Company. When the San Francisco Mint started operating in 1854, all private mints went out of business. There is just something like a numismatic epilogue we do not want to omit. Let's turn to the Great Salt Lake where the Mormons had settled down. They, too, needed money. The gold required came from California at first. This $5 coin was made later, though. It was minted in 1860 from gold that came from Colorado. On the obverse, it depicts the American eagle. On his chest, he exhibits not the American coat of arms, but a beehive, which Joseph Smith, founder of the Mormons, loved to use as a symbol for the diligence and altruism he wished his followers to show. It is not for nothing that he called the area around the Salt Lakes Deseret, honeybee. The inscription of the coin is clear to read, Deseret Assay Office Pure Gold. It must be emphasized that this inscription is clearly readable, whereas the letters on the reverse look somewhat odd to us at first. It is a phonetic alphabet that had been created by the Mormons in the middle of the 19th century to make it easier for the immigrants to learn English. Hence, the wording on the reverse is more addressed to the members of this religious movement. It says, Holiness to the Lord. In 1860, when this coin was minted, the gold rush in California was already over. It had attracted enough people to California to get the territory incorporated into the USA as its 31st state. Cities like Los Angeles and San Francisco had evolved from local centers to international commercial metropolises. That made the gold rush of California part of the foundation legend of the United States. The coins produced in those days are marvelous testimonies to this fascinating era. We from Künker are pleased to invite you to our Berlin Sale 2015. We welcome you to join our auction 258 on Thursday, January 29, 2015. If you have any further questions, please don't hesitate to contact us.